Hey everyone, it's William out at the airport. Today I thought we'd go over some differences in the trikes for weight shift control aircraft. Come on, let's go to the hangar. Alright, today we're going to talk about these two aircraft right here. They are both made by Evolution Trikes in Zephyrhills, Florida. This is one of their earlier birds that they used to sell. It's made by Apollo, called the Jetstar. It is a experimental light sport, and what that means is that you must have a light sport license in order to fly it. It's a 2-passenger. Has the Rotax 582 with the blue head. It has a double surface wing, which means that there's a covering that goes all the way to underneath. This wing here is a high-speed wing that is adjustable with an electric trim. It cruises between 55 and 90 miles an hour with 2 people in it. This particular unit is about 10 years old. It is owned by a female pilot. It is meticulously maintained. The engine has just been replaced about 2 months ago. It has a vibration dampener, which is a mercury-filled ring to keep the vibration really down on the prop. It has an e-gearbox, which has the starter at the bottom, and this gearbox can be flipped upside down depending on what configuration aircraft you're flying. It has a exhaust silencer and an intake silencer box in order to keep the decibels down on the engine. It is oil injected, so you just fill up this bottle with oil, 2-stroke, and it automatically mixes it into the gas. So when you fill up the gas tank, you just fill it up with premium unleaded. The rear passenger seat is very small, and the head usually rests against the bar here, which is uncomfortable. The newer versions that they are selling have the bar come way out higher and arc more to give you that headroom. The front seat is somewhat farther back, so if you have longer legs it's better. But the way that they have the seats mounted in this ring is not a very comfortable design. It does have shocks that don't move more than an inch or two, just barely absorb any dampening. This has an old MGL Enigma screen, black and white. It uses a handheld radio, and let's see what else we can tell you about it. The wing is a 14-meter Rev X, and this particular aircraft ran about $40,000 when it was new. Current value of it today is between $17,000 and $25,000 as it sits right now. Some of the things that we've had to do to it is we've had to replace the tires because they eventually get worn out. Like I said, we've replaced the engine because the time limit was up on the engine, and we've had to send out the BRS and the rocket to get that replaced once in a while. They're only good for so many years and then they need a repack. The wing was upgraded. When she first purchased the unit, she started off with a single surface wing, which was very slow, and she moved up to the faster wing so that she can do more cross-country flying. Now let's talk about the other end of the spectrum. This is the Rev X Hybrid Ultralight. It has a single surface wing. You'll notice that there's no covering going over to the bottom of the wing. You'll notice that the engine is a single cylinder 2-stroke engine. It's a Polini Thor 250. However, it does have the dual ignition just like the Big Brother Rotax. So you do still have the dual ignition, and those ignition systems are completely independent of each other. This ignition here runs off the battery and a CDI box and the little coil pickup here, and the other spark plug runs off the little coil and a magnetic sensor that's in the ring down in the bottom. This is a liquid cooled version, also is a clutched version, so when the engine is running the propeller is not spinning with force. It does have a pull start backup. We can pull start this engine if the battery goes dead or if we want to save on battery power. Some of the features, just like the bigger machine here, we have strobe lights, just as the bigger machines have strobe lights. We have landing lights, which the bigger machine does not have. We also have the same type of computer screen. This is an MGL Extreme. We, however, have an in-dash radio rather than the handheld. And then we have all our engine controls here. Now on the MGL Extreme, we have an Ahers, which is an artificial horizon. We have all our engine data. We have our airspeed, our vertical speed, our altimeter. This page here has all our flight data plus our engine data. That is strictly all our engine data and our GPS data. So this particular machine here is classified as an ultralight. What that means is it meets several regulations that allow it to be not considered an aircraft. First regulation is it has to be a single seat. Second regulation is it cannot hold more than 5 gallons of gas. So this is a 5-gallon gas tank that's on this unit. The third regulation is it has to weigh under 254 pounds, unless it has a BRS parachute, then it can be slightly over, and also can have a speed range that is very limited and not capable of flying faster than a certain speed also. If it meets all those requirements, then there is no license needed to fly this unit, and all you have to do is get proficient in training to where you can fly it safely and not crash, and you're good to go. This unit folds up onto a cart within 6 or 7 minutes and can be transported on a flatbed trailer, so you can bring it to your local flying field, go fly, and have fun. This particular unit, believe it or not, right now is $35,000, which is almost the exact same price of what the two-place sold for when it was brand new. This unit was just completed in November and is an awesome unit to fly, but unfortunately, because of the qualifications of being an ultralight, they demand a higher premium than the ones that require licenses. So if it requires a license, it's going to be cheaper. If it doesn't require a license, you're going to pay more. Anyway, I hope you'd enjoy the information that I've shared with you, and I will talk to you later. Thank you.